Hey everyone, and welcome to Minis by Tony. Today I'm going to be showing you how I painted my first ever Kroxigor from the Seraphon Spearhead set. So I'm starting off with a 4:1 ratio of my airbrush medium mix to a Sotek green. I'm just trying to get the base coats down, at least the colors, because this is not going to be a full airbrush base coat. Just the colors down so I can see where I want to place highlights, how it's going to look overall, and then work up from there. Alright, and now I'm going in with the same ratio but using Wraith Bone. Now I did end up changing this to Morghast Bone because I wanted the darker color as a base, and then build up towards the lighter Wraith Bone, which I'll go back to later. And now we're just going right back in. So on the areas where I airbrushed Sotek Green, I'm now going into base coat with the full color. Now this is a thinned Sotek Green, so it flows perfectly fine onto the model. But this is going to really help the mini come to life here. This is the true base coating step. So it's definitely important to not just go straight from airbrush to highlights and then done. I mean, you could if you want, but that's just me. Now I'm looking to start to differentiate my layers and segments of the model. So really just trying to create the separation from the underbelly and the scales. So we will pick back up later when I switch to a new color. Alright, so we are now coming back in with thinned down Temple Guard Blue. Now this is going to start creating the highlights on our Kroxigor here. I'm trying to put them at the topmost parts of the model. My idea when I was doing this is having the light source coming down from the top right of the model. So I'm trying to just really pick out the center and then the rightmost sides of those. And now here I switch down to Lutheran Blue. This is a lighter blue. This is a nice highlight, in my opinion, for the Temple Guard Blue, and I'm putting them on all of the spines of those scales, so those topmost raised edges. And of course, you want to follow that line all the way to the top to where it stops, because you can't just have a line going to nothing or like midway. It just kind of looks a little weird, you know? And again, this is going to be like an amateur approach here. I'm by no means a professional painter, but I want to show you guys how I do it. Hopefully inspire some people, because it can be that easy, you know, watching some of the best out there like Squidmar, Duncan, Ninjon, Vince V. I mean, all these greats, they have helped teach me everything here. And now we're going down with the Wraith Bone. So as you can see, the underbelly has switched to the Morghast Bone. So now it's has a bit more of a yellow hue, darker. So with the Wraith Bone, I'm going in there to put the layers on, start to build up that color. So here I'm looking for the most flat areas and the most upward areas of those underbelly scales. So as you can see, I'm just putting it again top right, because that's where I want my light source coming from. Alright, so same thing with the Wraith Bone. I wanted these spines along the Kroxigor to be more of like bone spikes, so that's why I'm going with this. Another good option is to just do like a Corvus Black or an Abaddon Black. That is depicted in the box art, but I wanted to go for something slightly different here. I really like the look of this, but it's your mini, so you know you could do whatever you want with it. All right, so then after switching some stuff around here, I wanted to get the teeth. So the teeth, I went for the same thing. I went with Wraithbone. I end up just dotting it a little with White Scar towards the end of the model, but I really am liking the color of the Wraithbone here. So that's what I went for that. And here I went for the eyes. I really like the Fire Dragon Bright color. I felt like that had the most complement to the nice greens and blues of the Mini. It's a little out of focus here. I'm still working on exactly with the setup I want. But I used my Artist Opus size 00 to just go in there and just gently glaze over the eyes with that color. All right, so I had a few recording issues, so I'll just explain what the camera didn't pick up. I went in with Retributor armor for the gold, and then I ended up coloring some of the gems, which you're going to see at the end, in the necklace, just to give it a bit more flair. And I also airbrushed Dawnstone onto the club. And here what I'm doing is I'm taking a 1-to-1 ratio of Mephiston Red and not Rhinox Hide, Dryad Bark, but you could kind of use either or, to make that like reddish brown wood color for the handle. And then I'm going to also go in, clean up the club a little bit, while also touching up the gold. So we will check back in a sec. All right, and we're basically done. So here I'm just basing up my Kroxigor here. If you guys want to see how to make this base, this was my first ever jungle base, but if you do want to see it, I could show you how to do it. So I'm just using some nice super glue. You're gonna see me mess around a bit with it to really get it to stick, but all part of the learning process. Again, I mean, this is amateur hour after all, but I'm very pleased with how it came out. So we're gonna let this play out, and then we're gonna have the grand reveal of our Kroxigor. And here we are. We have our Kroxigor all based, all ready to defend the jungles of Lustria against Skaven and the Empire and whatever you may be fighting against. This is probably my best work yet. I'm very pleased with how this came out. So I just want to say thank you all if you guys stuck with me this far, and I hope this helped in some way. And if you do want to see more of this, please let me know, and we will just enjoy watching this Kroxigor, and I'll catch you guys next time on the Amateur Hour. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on these videos. It really helps me out, helps me actually keep putting out videos and shorts. So again, thanks. I'm Minis by Tony. Enjoy.